In the last hour, United Nations cuts budget by $286 million. U.S. claims credit. UNGA approves $5.4 billion UN budget for next 2 years in the last 4 hours after Jerusalem decision. U.S. moves to slash UN budget in the last 6 hours. Why Trump was right to cut the UN budget. UN operating budget cut by $285 million. U.S. claims credit for it in the last 8 hours. UNGA approves $5 United States dollars and 40 cents BLN budget for 2 years. Haley claims credit for cuts to UN budget already in decline. General Assembly approves $5.4 billion UN budget for next 2 years. US negotiates $399 million UN budget cut after Jerusalem vote. UN budget cuts highlight new US approach. Yesterday, US says it achieved $285 million UN budget cut. US to make $285 million cut to UN budget after vote on Jerusalem Bolton. UN budget cuts real opportunity for Trump admin. Haley touts reduced UN budget. Trump administration touts a smaller UN budget and takes credit for it. Nikki Haley announces big cut to UN budget. Haley, we cut almost $300 million from UN budget. US to cut its UN budget by more than $285 million. Cut to UN budget. White House's perverse Christmas gift to the world. US announces major cut in UN core budget. US negotiates historic $285 million cut to UN budget. US negotiates $285 million cut to United Nations budget. Trump's ambassador to United Nations claims US force cut to budget. The United States has drastically cut off the UN operational budget. US says it negotiated $285 million cut in UN budget. The US says it negotiated a $285 million cut in the United Nations budget. Trump's threat. US slashes UN budget by $285 million in the last 7 days, taking credit for UN budget cut. Trump's envoy hints at more to come. It's official. Nikki Haley announces cuts to the UN budget. US negotiates $285 million reduction in UN budget. US announces major $285 million cut to UN budget. America reduces its contribution to UN's annual budget by $285 million. US says it negotiated $285 million cut in United Nations budget. US hails $285 million cut to UN's 2-year budget for 2018-19. UN budget for the next 2 years will be $5.395 billion. Haley announces $285 million cut in 2018-19 UN operating budget. US hails United Nations budget cuts as step in right direction. Nikki Haley negotiates $285 million cut in bloated UN budget. US secures $285 million cut in UN budget. US hails UN budget cuts as step in right direction. Ambassador Haley praises reduced 2018-2019 United Nations budget. Jerusalem vote will affect UN budget. Fear diplomats how President Trump can cut the United Nations budget the smart way. In the last month, US wants $250 million cut to UN budget. Media. US, EU want cuts to UN budget as wants $250 million cut to UN budget. Which Asian country contributes most to UN's budget? UN chief proposes sweeping management reform to budget committee.